Give them a second to get settled, and then we'll open up for questions. We ready here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, whenever y'all are ready.
First, got to ask about turnovers. You guys forced 20 turnovers, had 12 steals, had 7 blocks as well. What was working on defense?
Well, I feel like we followed this call really good, you know. We had all this plan, we were working on it since yesterday because we had the other game before, but I mean, we could stop number 25, I think, to just 1 digit, right? So I feel like we did a really good job. I mean, like we practiced yesterday, and of course, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, definitely shout out to AP and Ella. They really followed the game plan, stuck to 25, and really locked her down, which was really important. And then everyone else just being in help and ready to block shots and make plays was really important.
So 31 points in the paint. You guys had 58, they had 24. You outscored by 34 points in the paint. This is for both of you, obviously, and Deb also as well. What was working in the paint, and why was the execution just working so well?
I mean, I feel like we always do a good job of like getting our points in the paint, you know, either like the post, even the guards too. And I feel like the guards always also do a good job finding me, you know. I feel like this is sometimes hard, you know. So I feel like I kind of just had the easy job of like, I think the basket, the ball in the basket. But yeah, like it's good. I feel like we did a really good job today, so.
Yeah, it's always a big emphasis to get Deb and Lolo the ball, especially in a game like this today. Either man or zone, they were obviously dominating, so doing whatever we can to get them the ball, and obviously we saw success in that, so I think that was really awesome.
So I got something for Deb and family's here, which is awesome. Have you had the chance to play in front of them before? And what's it like to have a game like that in front of your family?
I mean, yeah, they, of course, when I was back home, they would come to my games a lot. And at USF, they came a couple of times too. But I'm always happy when they come. I mean, it's good when you play good and your family's here for sure, you know. I mean, I feel like, of course, having them, they always watch me online, but having them here is, of course, it's special, you know. I feel more, even happier, you know. So, I mean, it's good. Yes.
This is a question for both of you as well. Hope and Kyra, I also see smiling on the court a lot. A lot of people are really locked in, don't want to show any emotion on the court, but you guys smile a lot. You too, Debora. Can you tell me about playing with joy on the court as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a happy group. It can't help yourself from being happy. Like, whenever we get a good post up from them, I'm just like, everything's happy. And it's such a special group, coaches, the players. Like, there's never a day that I'm not happy to go play basketball and be with these people. So any opportunity to be on the court and play with them. And then obviously when things are going well, it's so easy to celebrate and look towards the good things.
Absolutely.
We'll start with Hope, and then I'll go to Deb after. But second biggest crowd of the season today. Really good crowd, really good atmosphere. What's it like playing in front of the fans when there's that many people in the seats? You had a sorority came out and supported y'all today. What's that like? Yeah,
the energy is just unmatched. Huge shout out to Tridell and the second biggest crowd of the season. It's just so awesome to play in front of that. I feel like it gives our offense, defense, both ways, our bench, everyone more energy. So we have a big week coming up here. Next Thursday we play Montana State. So if we can have the first biggest crowd, that would be great. It just brings like unmatched energy and everything. The atmosphere is amazing. It's so fun to play in as a player, but also as someone watching in the crowd, I feel like it's just so fun to experience it.
No, for sure. Thank you guys for coming. Like that, we always feel supportive and we have like a big crowd. And of course, come next week. I mean, we still have the last loss from Montana State on our minds, so.
Hope, I got a question for you too. 6 assists, I've seen you have more assists, but when you, 6 assists is still quite a few. What are you doing surveying the court? What are you looking for? Is it certain plays, or are you just looking for a player that's cutting? What are you looking for when you're dishing out passes?
Yeah, I mean, in games like this where we're really been dominating the paint, my first look is always Deb and Lolo down low. Like, I'm always telling them, I'm going to steal, I'll get you the ball. So I feel like whether that's entering from me or me passing it one more and telling them to enter the post, I feel like it's a big emphasis because we know they're so dangerous down there. So I feel like just doing whatever I can to put my teammates in the best spot to score as well.
3 for 4 from 3 as well. You hit into that something as well?
What?
Can you hit on that as well?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just confidence. Like when I know I have my shot, being ready to knock it down, and then next play, if it's my turn to go make a big play for my other teammate and get them the ball in the down low, that's really important. So just having confidence overall and knocking it down when it's my turn, but also being ready to assist.
Any more questions?
Deb, efficient day, 8 for 11, 2-2 from free throw. What was working? Like, was it just down low that was working really well, or why do you think it was so efficient today?
I think, like I say, I feel like the guys always make a good job, and especially like with our team, I feel like we have a lot of people that can score any day, you know. So it kind of like just opened up more for me, I guess. So yeah, it was just like a good day. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks. We'll excuse you two, and we'll get a coach in here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Deb.
Thank you.
Thanks, Austin.
All right. Hey, we'll
Which one
let
is
Coach, either one, that's fine. We'll let Coach make an opening statement, and then open up for questions after that.
Yeah, I thought it was a great effort by our team. You know, we have been able to put together some pretty good offensive and defensive games in the last 6, and our team's still growing. I feel like every game we play, we're getting better. We're finding different ways to win. You know, at Northern Colorado, we grinded that one out. At Sac State, we won because of rebounds. At Portland State, we won because of our offense. You know, this team is special. We can win in so many different ways. I'd also like to give a shout out to Tridell for coming through and supporting us. It was fun to see our student section with some fans today. It just gives us a lot of energy. You know, that I think this team is fun to watch. They play hard on offense. They play hard on defense. They rebound really hard. So it's good to see the students come and support.
Questions?
Yeah, Coach, I can ask you the same thing that I asked them about defense.
Yeah.
You forced 20 turnovers at 12 steals, 7 blocks as well. Was defense a big emphasis coming into this game, or why did it click so well today?
Yeah, it always is. You know, Jaden's been following us for a while, so I told him early in the season that our offense was way ahead of our defense. We put so much emphasis on the offensive end because I wanted to play at this pace and play hard and play fast. So I felt like early in the season our defense took a back seat. But now it's fun to see that as we go through this first half in conference, we're getting to where I know we can be defensively. So it's an emphasis on every game. I thought for this game specifically, we had a really good game plan. I thought we did a great job taking some things away that they're comfortable with. I mean, we held Naomi White to single-digit points. I think it was the second time this season she didn't get to double digits, right? So, and the girls they've been so locked in. You know, that Montana State game, that loss, I think it probably was the best thing that could have happened to us because then I had their attention, you know, and I was like, we got to follow this cow. There's no easy games in the Big Sky. If you don't show up one game, you got to lose by 30. You know, that's just how it is. And then ever since, I felt like our attention to detail and our attention to the game plan has completely turned the corner. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, kind of speaking about the offense and the defense, you kind of have spoken about throughout the season that sometimes your offense shows up, sometimes your defense shows up.
Right.
The last 2 games, both of them have shown up.
Yeah.
Have the last couple games been like the most complete games you guys have played all season? And then how much does that bring confidence into knowing that you guys play the number 1 team?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like this game, Portland State and probably Idaho State were the 3 where I thought we played pretty close to 100% on both ends of the ball. You know, I think it's very unrealistic to expect that to happen every game.
Right.
But if we can be 90% on both, that's pretty good, right? That's how you win games. Yeah, I mean, Montana State's a different beast. You know, that's the last team to beat us. We finished the first round of conference with 1 loss, and that's the one. I remember the score, 66-99. It's been in my head ever since. I wrote on the board today after the game. I was like, hey, I'm super proud of you guys. We're 8-1, pretty close to first place, but don't forget this number here, 66-99. I don't forget that either. You know, so we're gonna get ready, and they're just so good. I think Coach Bedford, she's been there for so long, and she built a powerhouse there. You know, the way they guard, the way they press, it's hard to prepare for. The last time around, we didn't have our practice guys here because it was summer break, so we do this time around. You know, the girls can expect on Monday we're going to use all of our 6'8", 6'5" practice guys to simulate that late.
Yeah, and I mean, now speaking specifically on White, on kind of Naomi White, you and I sat down kind of last night and was like, we're probably not going to be able to stop her, but we're going to be able to contain her. Kind of speak about Anna P, Ella. I mean, Kyra also with the 5 steals. Kind of speak about how important it was for them to kind of contain her, and then how does that kind of boost your guys' offense at the same time?
I thought Anna P and Ella did a fantastic job on her and on the individual paces. I think if I had to rank the best on-ball defenders in the conference, I think Anna P is 1 and Ella's 2. Whoever we put them on, I'm even going to consider maybe switching last because they're so good. So just keep them on the matchups. They do a great job. But I honestly felt like the team in general understood how good Naomi White was. Because it's impossible to just contain her the whole game. I felt like the times that she did get loose, you would see 2 or 3 other people rotate to her and just, putting some pressure on her, so she was never comfortable. And I just felt our team did a great job in executing the game plan and being aware of what we're trying to accomplish, It's a team effort. She's really, really good, guys. I don't know how much Big Sky you've watched, but it's hard to average 22 points a game. So the fact that we held them to 9, I think it says a lot about Anna B, about Ella, but the whole team too, how they approach the game.
Just to cure a little bit there, Jaden said she had 5 steals. Can you talk to me about her intensity that she brings to the court and what that really means for the team as well?
Yeah, Kyra she's an interesting one because I always have to get on her to play harder. And then sometimes I feel like she's not playing very hard, and then look at the box score, she has two steals and 3 blocks. Like, her potential is through the roof. I still feel like she continues to get better. You guys haven't seen her play her best basketball yet. I mean, she's super gifted. She's a crazy athlete. She has very good instincts, and those are 2 things you can't teach, right? Like, through coaching, I can make somebody a better passer. I can make them a better shooter, better finishing at the rim. There's a lot of things you can improve. But the intangibles that she has with her athleticism, her instincts, that there's no way to coach that. So I feel like as the basketball skills continue to get better, you're going to see Kyra become even more impactful. I mean, that's what she does. I feel like every night she's second or first on the team in rebounds, second or first in assists, leads us in steals, leads us in blocks. She's one of those players that can impact the game in any area, whether it's defense, offense, stealing the ball, blocking shots, rebounding, passing. I mean, she's really special.
Also, work in the paint, 58 points in the paint to their 24. Was that on the obviously it is in the game plan, but was that a big emphasis as well, using your bigs in the paint?
Yeah, that's something we do every game. We're towards the top 20 in the country in points in the paint per game. I think we have in Lolo and Deb, it's probably 2 of the best post players we've ever seen wear a Vandal jersey. And we're lucky to have both of them on the same team. I was joking with our staff that sometimes we play games and a team has a really good post player that when they come out, the sub comes in and you're like, as a coach, you kind of relax a little bit. People can do that with us. Lolo comes out and then Deb comes in and their heads are always spinning. They're so good. I mean, they played in the WCC. Deb's an all-WCC player that's coming off the bench for us, right? So, and they thrive in their role. They want to win. They're super humble. I mean, it's a luxury to have those too. I hope we can continue to recruit post players like that.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys have now, ever since Montana State, you won 6 straight. Kind of, I believe this is kind of the same question I asked you last night, but kind of where are some areas that you've seen your team grow the most, and then what areas are you still wanting them to grow up?
I think our consistency has been a lot better. Before there was, I feel like when you have a team that is so talented, have so much personality, I tend to give our players a lot of freedom anyway. That's my style as a coach. But I felt like this team at some point, they just felt like they could turn on and off whenever they wanted to. And then it took us a couple games to realize, okay, if we start off, we're probably going to lose, So I feel like their attention to detail has been a lot better. Their intensity has been a lot more consistent, But that's why you play 30 games in a season, right? You don't want to be playing your best basketball by December or by the end of November. Like, we want to be as sharp as we can in March when we get to the tournament. And I feel like we keep getting better. Every game we play, every week it goes by, I feel like we continue to improve, and I think that's a pretty good spot to be.
Last question.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously now that all the games have been played, you can now focus on that game on Thursday. You kind of were if touched on Montana State, but what really makes them as good as they are on both offensively and defensively? What really are you guys gonna try and do differently from the game?
Yeah, I think they're a marquee program in the Big Sky. Trish, like I said, has been there for 20 plus years. I mean, when I was in the WCC, I used to talk about Gonzaga. Like that was the program we were chasing at USF when trying to rebuild. And I think now Montana State is the one, right? We want to chase and we want to surpass. So they recruited their system. They execute things to a perfection. I mean, Coach Binford is, in my opinion, one of the best, not only mid-major, but one of the best basketball coaches in the country. You know, it's an honor to get to compete against such great coaches, but it's finding a balance between respecting them, but also not respecting them too much, you know, to also believe that he can beat them, which we can't. So we got to do everything different than last game, right? When you lose by 30, there's not many areas of the game that I thought we beat them last time. So we got to change everything. We got to be better rebounding, got to be better taking care of the ball, we got to be better attacking the paint, and we have to be better guarding them, because it's anytime you allow somebody to score 99 points, you're not going to win the game. It doesn't matter if it was off turnovers, if it was of open jump shots, missed defensive assignments. Like, that's unacceptable. That cannot happen if we want to win on Thursday.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.